My name is Nina Horsley. I live here outside of Cave Junction, and basically the reason why I'm running is because of the corruption and the cronyism. And I know the only way that we can literally stop this from happening is if the community gets involved. One thing that Gil has stated that is very true, without us being there at the county commissioner meetings, they're going to get away with whatever it is that they want to get away with. And without us there, they're literally raping and pillaging all that they can, as quick as they can, without any conscious effort to actually make it happen for us the best that we can. Between the planning commission being made up of people that are their friends, that basically pass codes that are in violation of state planning codes, that literally will put us in danger, that they have no compunction whatsoever in passing these, as long as their buddies make money and it saves the contractor initial output, which in the end they end up making back when it comes to selling the properties. And as you can tell, we have multiple subdivisions that are developed that literally are sitting fallow. And these were all literally turned from lush forest lands into, you might say, silt runoff that have literally choked off a lot of the streams that have affected them. Also, another thing that's going on is this idea that we can take our public forest lands and turn it into private timber lands so the timber industry can continue to flourish. As Mark has stated, that it's only going to happen for another 10 to 30 years at the most. There's a limited amount of timber out there, and there's an opportunity that this county has to literally change the way that things happen out here. We can start growing hemp. I mean, right now there's probably a couple of tons worth of marijuana stalks that could be processed into 50,000 different products. We could literally start new jobs here that would bring us a lot more than what we have at this moment. Waiting for a timber industry to hire 60 more people makes no sense based on the time span in which they figure 10,000 acres per year. If there's only 10 timber companies, which there are a hell of a lot more, that would be 100,000 acres per year that would be clear-cut, sprayed with pesticides, that would literally leave us in a desert land that was poisoned. And my whole idea is to make sure that we, the people, actually have a say-so, that we're the ones that decide whether or not we're going to be poisoned, whether or not our streams are going to be dried up, and whether or not we're going to be subjugated to the laws that they pass that literally benefit them and them only. The laws that Monsanto had passed, they literally went to our governor and our state representatives and gave them what they called contributing to their campaigns heavily, which is literally a buy-off. It was buying out our politicians to pass a law that literally is telling us that we cannot stop growing their genetically engineered foods that is causing the increase in cancers, Alzheimer's, Crohn's disease, psoriasis, ADHD, and yet we're being told that we can't pass this ordinance, the GMO-free Josephine County. That makes no sense at all. They figure that as far as the state is concerned, even if we do pass it, we won't be allowed to enforce it. That the chemical industry will literally tell us what we can and cannot do with our own lives. This is something that's extremely important. The timber industry has been spraying pesticides on their clear cuts 3 or 4 times per clear cut. That has been killing their neighbors, causing horrific diseases, and it's poisoning everything downstream. And the fact that they're allowed to get away with murder for profit makes no sense, that we cannot stop this from happening. There is a way to actually log trees out of the forest without destroying it. It's called the natural selection alternative. There's a gentleman here that has presented it earlier this evening. Actually, he talked more about the ONC Act that Wyden's trying to pass, but this man has over 350 acres that he has the most diverse species of plants I have ever seen, let alone trees. It's not a monoforest, and it's extremely healthy. It's the temperature inside that forest compared to the field outside is anywhere from 10 to 20 degrees different just because of the diversity of species in there. We can make a difference in this county if we put forth the effort. We can't just expect any one of us to actually make the changes. There are 2 other county commissioners, and without them actually working together with our community, we're screwed. Doesn't matter who we put in office. If we aren't there telling them what it is that we need to have happen, if we don't force them to actually do what it is we need them to do for us, we're in the same situation all over again. One man or woman fighting with the other 2 county commissioners to make things right. It doesn't work. We need your help down there at the county offices every week to watch them, to make sure that they do the right thing.
One question for you. Would you be willing, if you were commissioner, to vote for 2 more commissioners instead of having 3, have 5?
Well, to me, I would like to actually make it a volunteer position. You know, I mean, if you wanted to not actually accept the $30,000 a year and just volunteer to do it, I believe that would be the way to do it. And I think it wouldn't actually be necessary to have 5 county commissioners in office if the community actually got involved with what the county commissioners are doing. We have the right to tell them, no, you will not pass ordinances that will make it to where the fire department can't get to my home because the bridge is underweight.